Good evening and welcome to Bellevue for this Stones Bitter Championship clash between Leeds and Wakefield Trinity. Wakefield Trinity, the home side here on Good Friday, desperately seeking those two valuable points. How many times have we said that this season? But 2 points, I'm sure, would just push them to safety. They're going to be a hard-earned 2 points though. Leeds defeating St Helens in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup, and they'll be looking forward obviously to that final in approximately 4 weeks' time. Leeds have no relegation worries whatsoever. They'll be trying to establish themselves for a firm top 8 spot, so relegation worries not a problem, but good league points for them required to get that possible top 4 spot. Wakefield Trinity, as I say, desperately need those two. Oldham just sneaking up behind them, and you can't rule out Hull Kingston Rovers until the end of the season. It could go right to the end. The teams this evening then, as Wakefield Trinity take the field, it's Wakefield Trinity Spencer, Wilson, Mason, Flynn, Sodgy, Paul and Hanlon. They make up the back line. The forwards this evening: Hobbs, Conway, Webster, Bell, Morris, Forshaw. Substitutes this evening: James Mosley at 14 and Richard Goddard at 15. The Leeds side then: Alan Tate, Fallon, Iro, Simon Irving, Francis Cummins, Graham Allroyd and Gary Schofield make up the back line. Neil Harmon, James Lowes, Harvey Howard, Richard Ayres, Gary Mercer and Ellery Hanley are the forwards, with the substitutes: 14 Jason Donoghue and 15 Paul Rose. Leeds just starting to get it together then. As I say, they've already reached the Silk Cut Challenge Cup final. Superb victory over St Helens in that semi-final clash at Central Park, and they will be playing the men from Central Park at Wembley in the Silk Cut Challenge Cup final, and what a final we can look forward to. Preliminaries are out of the way then. Ellery Hanley and David Hobbs have tossed the coin. It looks as if Wakefield Trinity will be the team to get the game underway. Henry Paul has the kicking duties. The referee this evening is Mr. John Connolly, ironically from Wigan. And as the Sandman comes onto the field, Henry Paul will shape up to get the game underway. Approximately 5 minutes late due to the game that was preceding this fixture, which was a testimonial event for Nigel Bell. Wakefield ladies versus some of the past and present players from Wakefield Trinity. The game gets underway with a crunching tackle to Gary Mercer's chest and puts him straight down on the ground. Strong run from Harvey Howard. Sorry, from Neil Harmon. James Lowe's in at acting half-back. Shoots off, but David Hobbs takes him down 30 metres out. It looks as if Graham Mulroyd will put the ball downfield. It's running towards that touchline side, so just looking to the corner flags to find out which way the wind is blowing, and it is blowing behind the Leeds players' backs, and that's the reason why the kick went a fairly long distance and rolled into touch just 10 metres from Wakefield's line. Andy Wilson just receives the ball from scrum half Lee Hanlon, has to take the tackle, a posse of Leeds players around him. Hanlon feeds Webster, had a superb game last week, and feeds Spencer. Spencer just brings play to the 20 metre line. Forshaw comes, just can't manage to break the tackle of Harvey Howard, but Billy Conway releases Linton Morris. Linton Morris this time brought to ground by Gary Mercer and Harvey Howard. Looks like Hobbs will put the ball downfield. Tension from Ellery Hanley there, but the Wakefield captain gets the kick away. Alan Tate, man of the match against St Helens in the semi-final. Just couldn't gain any yardage there. Wakefield caught offside at the play the ball. Referee John Connolly quick to see that Wakefield did not retreat the regulation 10, and therefore Graham Mulroyd has got the chance to push Leeds further downfield, which he does so, and just takes play just inside the Wakefield half. Two balls are on the field. Referee John Connery just stops play. James Lowe's will feed Neil Harmon. Powerful game, Neil Harmon against St Helens. Harvey Howard, Gary Schofield, quick swift handling to Richie Ayres. Well looked after by Nigel Bell, who seems to have taken a knock in that tackle. Ellery Hanley then comes on the charge. Just can't get away from the tackle of Mark Webster and Linton Morris. Schofield bringing it back this short side. Feeds Harmon. Little knock on there from Gary Schofield. Referee John Connolly right there saw that the ball had gone forward. Scrum down, Wakefield head and ball. Swift move back blind there, feeding Schofield, trying to get the forwards running. Schofield just couldn't quite hold on to the ball. Play just held up at the moment for treatment to Nigel Bell. Took a knock. And that tackle on Richie Ayres. Looks as if he's got a small knock to the head. Hobbs just comes up to check on his teammate, just make sure that he's alright. Nigel will get a big round of applause, I'm sure. Nigel always renowned for doing large amounts of tackling stints. Be sorely missed if he had to depart the field at such an early stage. Sodji runs through. Henry Paul throws a long ball. Adventurous play by Wakefield in their own 20. Mason tries to get away from Irving, and Irving caught him a little bit high, I felt, but Mr. Connolly didn't seem to have the same feelings as myself. Mason in at acting half-back. Hanlon steps, comes back on the short side, just can't get away from Kevin Iro though. Brought down to ground by Simon Irving. This time it's Leeds that are found to be in an offside position. Henry Paul will run up quickly. Thought about the quick tap and then opted against it. puts the ball safely into touch and over the east stand as we look. Andy Wilson quickly picks up the ball. Wakefield through Webster, driving at the heart of the Leeds defence. Billy Conway then acting half-back, trying to get things moving. It's Hobbs that'll take a drive. Quickly up though, Hanley, Howard and James Lowes very quickly up there, the Leeds defence. Hanley always trying to spoil and stop things. Flynn comes on the drop-off. Copybook tackle from Neil Harmon brings him straight down to ground. Billy Conway can't get away from acting half-back as the two number 9s clash there. James Lowes wins that battle. And again, Forshaw, but this time gets the ball away. Spencer gets the ball, to Mason. Just couldn't quite keep his feet. Enterprising stuff from Wakefield. Good crowd here this Easter bank holiday. Henry Paul, little chip through. Schofield picked it up but just couldn't quite get away from Henry Paul. I have a feeling that Gary Schofield wouldn't have had the legs to go the length of the field these days, but he certainly would have taken Leeds deep into Wakefield's half had it have not been for Henry Paul following up his own kick and grabbing hold of Gary Schofield and stopping his movements. So a penalty there by against Henry Paul for holding down in the tackle. So Graham Allroyd once more kicks towards our commentary position. And takes a good 15 metres. Fallon almost running behind Harvey Howard and causing a shepherd. It's Graham Allroyd running onto the ball, feeds Mercer. Mercer gets around Forshaw. Long ball out to Irvin. Irvin looks to try and get the ball back inside, but Henry Paul's there to tackle. Tate, explosive over 20 metres is Alan Tate. Gets away from quite a lot of defenders in those early 20 metre spaces. Allroyd, long ball, Schofield, short ball to Iro. But Hobbs and Henry Paul combined to pull the big Kiwi centre down. Hanley gets the ball to Schofield once more. Schofield jinking, running, showing the ball. We're on the 5th and last. And it looked as if Schofield had just punched up at Flynn as Flynn was trying to make the tackle. So the touch judge is onto the field straight away and he's having a word with referee Mr. John Connolly. What will the decision have been? Just waiting, and Flynn and Schofield being called out to Mr. Connolly. Obviously going to have a talking to him. And Hanley just moves in, captain's job. So Flynn obviously having a tug and a pull at Schofield's headgear. Schofield didn't like it, lashed out. We'll take the first initiative. And Flynn penalised, and Allroyd puts what could have been a pressure kick into the corner for Wakefield, right over the dead ball line. Henry Paul must drop out. Henry Paul puts it between fullback and second row man Mercer, but Tate comes round, goes round. Henry Paul tries to straighten up, but Linton Morris is there. Good tackling stint, Linton Morris. In Wakefield's last game against Hull down here at Bellevue. And keeps his place this evening. So Allroyd feeds Schofield. Schofield Tate. Tate drops off Iro. Iro went round Schofield. And this time it is shepherding. Schofield did stand his ground, but Iro went round the back of him and stopped the Wakefield Trinity players making the tackle. And therefore the penalty is given to Wakefield. Quick tap from Henry Paul. Forshaw. Minutes of the first half gone, no score here at Bellevue. Linton Morris drives short side. Billy Conway in it, acting half-back. Hanlon on the run round. Misses out men. Flynn keeps the ball moving. Does he? No. Just can't get it away to the support of Andy Mason, coming really short there. Billy Conway darts off from acting half-back. But Iro and Howard, and then finally Hanley combine to bring him down. So Hobbs, little chip through, makes the wingman turn. Wilson running up. But superb chasing by Andy Wilson on Francis Cummins. Chased him, almost pulled him down over his own try line. Superb play from Hobbs, neat little kick forward, made the wingman turn. Andy Wilson chased it all the way. Cummins just couldn't quite get away from him though. Harmon loses the ball. Flynn. So Harmon looking for his support, not thinking about the ball, didn't keep possession, lost it. And Adrian Flynn was there to pick it up. Webster takes the settling drive. Billy Conway in acting half-back. Hobbs switches it back. Henry Paul, no support though from the winger, and the centre had gone inside, and this time Adrian Flynn loses the ball. Harvey Howard feeds Kevin Iro. Kevin Iro once inside and then outside. Jim Fallon coming inside. Strong player Jim Fallon, this ex-Rugby Union player. Exceptionally strong and over a long distance, exceptionally fast. Takes a long while to get into his stride, and this is Irving breaking on the opposite wing. So Leeds throwing the ball about from one side of the field to the other. It's Schofield this time that gets the ball to Allroyd. Allroyd steps, still gets the ball. Lows. And this is Ayres. Ayres looking for Tate. Tate was there trying to snap any loose pass up. This time it's Howard. Howard drives hard and strong. Just can't quite break the tackle of Billy Conway. Schofield sidesteps, come back inside. Schofield looks for support from Allroyd. James Lowes is there. First try of the game. Superb step from Gary Schofield off the left foot, split the Wakefield defence. Allroyd was in support. It almost looked as if Allroyd was going to go over for a try, but James Lowes is on the right hand side of Allroyd just as the gap closed, and he feeds Lowes, and Lowes just scores just to the left hand side of the post as we look. Superb play from Leeds, first one side of the field, then to the other side of the field. Gary Schofield instrumental in quite a lot of Leeds moves now midfield, playing in this scrum half role. Obviously the form of Graham Allroyd is making Gary Schofield have to play at 7. Allroyd does convert. Henry Paul restarts the game then. It's a kick downfield. Mercer the man to collect. Urged on by some of the Leeds supporters behind the sticks there. James Lowes in acting half-back. And Cummins comes in off the wing. And Hanlon in very quickly to tackle him. Round the neck, I should say, but gets away with it. Harmon comes strongly at Henry Paul. And this is Harvey Howard. Leeds will think that Harvey Howard's a bargain buy from Widnes. Nigel Bell brings him to ground though. Long ball out from Lowes. Allroyd switches the play downfield with a kick. Goes to Sodge's wing. Sodge has to wait for the ball to bounce quite kindly for him. Comes infield. Almost breaks the tackle, Sodge. But Lowes and Hanley are there. Long ball out, Spencer. Spencer tries to drive up the middle of the field. Puts the head down and drives into Gary Schofield's midriff, but Schofield puts him to ground and goes back into this bobby position. Scrum half normally just playing behind the first line of defence. Billy Conway, Hanlon. Oh, superb ball from Hanlon. Mason goes, then goes on the outside. Mason, can he do? Oh, he steps inside Tate. Oh, what a superb try from Andy Mason. Oh, lovely ball from Lee Hanlon initially. What a superb bit of play. A superb passage of play for Wakefield Trinity. You won't see a much better try than that this season. Hanlon it was that stood up. Ellery Hanley just went to the left-hand side of him. Lovely little short ball. Mason come onto it superbly. Andy Mason went round the bobby. In this instance was Graham Allroyd, just couldn't quite get to the speedy centre. And as Andy Mason came up to Alan Tate, just stepped on the inside of Alan Tate and won the race to the line. Superb try by Andy Mason. Ex-Leeds man Mason, that'll be sweet for him. What a way to bounce back. Superb try from Mason. That will please this Good Friday crowd. So Henry Paul puts the ball right between the uprights and they were all square again. And that's thanks very much to Andy Mason from all his teammates, I'm sure. 6 points each. Approximately 15, maybe 16 minutes of the first half gone. Top draw stuff. Andy Mason look forward to looking at the video and seeing that. Allroyd restarts the game. Superb take from Hanlon, feeds Forshaw. Very quick, crisp handling that. Took the ball and passed all in one movement and feeds Forshaw. And Leeds guilty of holding down in the tackle. And Mr. John Connolly not having any of that. Wants the game to flow. And both teams have shown that they're quite prepared to throw the ball about in quite blowy conditions. So Billy Conway then restarts the game. It's Hobbs that'll take it up to Leeds. Just over halfway line. Webster used as the foil this time. Linton Morris comes on the charge. Neat little tackle from Harmon round the legs. Can't go without the legs. Flynn runs through. Takes the ball strongly, does Flynn. Arms up in the air, looked as if he was going to be the foil, but then just got his arms down in the nick of time to keep hold of the ball and almost made the half break. Hobbs throws the long ball out to Henry Paul, but superbly tackled by Simon Irvine. Irvine finding it difficult to get into this Leeds first team. Craig Innes, the man who's missing tonight. A lot of competition for places now at Leeds. Now that they've got to Wembley, everybody will be trying to get fit. Bit of a selection headache for Dougie Lawton. So Hanley then. Fallon comes off the wing. Wants a run. James Lowe's in at acting half-back. Harmon winds up the steam. But tackles strongly. Webster and Hobbs. Still going short side. That's Richie Ayres. Hobbs again. Gets across. Blot out the danger on that short side. James Lowe's feels that it was a little bit scrappy at the acting half-back area. Billy Conway in tigerishly to Lowe's. Lowe's having a go at Billy Conway. Billy Conway then retaliating. So the two hookers having a go early on. Wilson obviously trying to stand over his teammate and give him some protection. It's welcome to ringside once more here at Bellevue. A little bit of a scuffle against Hull. Billy Conway, one of the smallest men on the field, certainly packs a punch, the ex-boxer. James Lowe's a fiery character himself as well. So Mr. John Connolly got something to sort out here. Touch judge over there must have seen everything that went off. Be interesting to see which of the two number 9s was the culprit in the instigation of that incident. And I feel that the two captains into the discussions as well. Mr. Connolly won't have any of this. So the touch judge on our commentating side, he went straight across the field as well, although he must say he was a good 60 metres away from play. Discussion by the three match officials. Billy Conway called out. Not James Lowe's, but Gary Mercer called out. Hanley there as always. Been told to go away by Mr. Connolly. So Mr. Connolly wants to have a word with the two involved, Billy Conway and Gary Mercer. Billy Conway seems to be getting the brunt of it. It looks as if the penalty is going to go Wakefield's way. Certainly is. So obviously Gary Mercer must have followed in as Billy Conway tried to put James Lowes to the ground. Gary Mercer went to help his teammate in an unlawful way, and Wakefield get the penalty and through Mark Webster, take it to Leeds. Hobbs. Lovely tackle again from Harmon, round the legs. Switch back blind Hanlon, but then Henry Paul comes running across. Oh, bit of a speculative pass there. Flynn was unable to hold on to the ball, hit his shoulder and really bounced a good 15 metres or so right to where Alan Tate was stood. But Flynn gets back into position quite quickly and stops the advancement of Gary Mercer. Schofield, centre field, swifts the ball out to Simon Irvine. Irvine in return gets the ball out to Richie Ayres, but tackled Richie Ayres strongly by Mike Forshaw. Simon Irvine feeds Hanley. Hanley comes across field on that crab style run, fending people off with that very strong upper body strength. Gary Mercer running across the field like a centre, feeds Cummins, comes inside, lovely sidestep from Cummins. Explosive youngster this, came off his wing, two neat little sidesteps, almost breaks the Wakefield cover. Schofield feeds Holroyd. Holroyd looking, oh lovely dummy from Holroyd. The ball gone forward, says Mr. Connolly. Superb wing play then from Francis Cummins. Lovely ball over the top from Mercer, ran across the field, good centre play as he was. Played centre with Warrington before moving into the second row. And Mercer just popped the ball over the top. Francis Cummins showed that he can be a danger, just as this young man can be a danger. Henry Paul can't give this young man half a gap or he'll be straight through. Hobbs, sorry, Linton Morris. Nigel Bell. So Hanlon in at first receiver. Hanlon shows the ball, feeds Mike Forshaw. Can Forshaw just break the tackle of Graham Holroyd? And the answer was no, so Hobbs will put the tactical kick through towards Francis Cummins' wing. Francis Cummins bends down, picks it up, comes across field, will have to go for the gap now. Tackled by Bell and by Linton Morris. And this is Tate, likes to come up in the line. Tate, oh, and Tate breaks through and he's going to take on Spencer. Gets the ball, Hyro running for the line now. He's got Fallon inside, Hanley's in support, and this time it was Lee Hanlon pulling Ellery Hanley back. Guilty of the professional foul there, Lee Hanlon, but in fairness John Connolly was right in line with play. Gives the penalty to Leeds, who tap it quickly. Mercer throws the ball out. Irvine has to come back inside and take the tackle. Harvey Howard comes charging through, powerful run. Strong tackle though from Linton Morris and Mark Webster. And this is Neil Harmon, the other prop row forward, so front row forward should I say, rather than prop row forward. Holroyd, Schofield uses him as the dummy. Schofield looking for Hanley. Yes, and the try's given. Mr. Connolly, unsighted, was on the blind side of Ellery Hanley trying to put that ball down. To looked over to the touch judge. The touch judge had No second thoughts about that one, pointed straight down to the ground. Try given. Leeds fight back in the best possible way. Scored a try bang underneath the posts. Approximately 25 minutes of the first half. Both sides played entertaining rugby league so far on this Good Friday fixture version. Left-footed just gently strokes the ball between the uprights. 12 points to 6 then the score. Good build-up from the Leeds team. Superb break from Alan Tate, explosive in broken plays. Tate, defensive qualities sometimes left to be desired, but his attacking ability is second to none from full-back. Came into the line superbly then, didn't take on Spencer but drew him, fed Iro. Iro had men in support. Hanley was pulled back from the resulting penalty. The ball quickly sped over to the left-hand touchline as we see it, and the ball came quickly back to Schofield. Did the business, Schofield. Nice little dummy. Went forward. And his partner in crime, Hilary Hanley, there on his left-hand side to take the pass and go underneath the post. So, Leeds, 12 points to 6 in front. Neil Harmon then. Forward pass. Just mistimed his run, Neil Harmon. Went in front of James Lowes, and James Lowes, instead of not making the pass and probably going on his own, tried to pass the ball forward, but John Connolly there noticed that it did go in a forwards direction and gives Wakefield a chance now from this scrum to try and level things. Henry Paul runs round Flynn. Henry Paul, long ball Mason. Mason's shown his paces already once this evening. Outstripped the Leeds defence to the line on a mazy 60-metre run there, but nothing for him this time. Spencer comes back inside. About 25 metres from the Leeds line. Wakefield building up now. Hanlon feeds Flynn. No way through for Flynn. Lowes clamps man and ball, assisted by Harvey Howard. Hobbs gets the ball away in the tackle, and it's Lee Hanlon that picks it up. Schofield chases him all the way round and taps the ankles, just brings him to ground. Graham Allroyd guilty there, I feel, of laying on in the tackle. Forshaw, strong run Forshaw. Oh, just couldn't quite get the ball away to the support of Gary Spencer and Mason. Mason sniffing for a second try. Henry Paul, long ball to Flynn. Flynn puts a little kick through. Sodge, try! Superb try! Adrian Flynn. Well, the youngster who plays academy football still has already represented his country at academy level, but he plays in the second row for the academy. He plays some of his rugby in the Alliance team in the second row. David Topless has always wanted to play him in the centre down here because of his pace and his guile and his determination. And now a new string to Adrian Flynn's bow. The little kick through. And it looks as if Paul Rose will come onto the field. Paul Rose, a fiery character. Andy Wilson takes the ball, first bounce, comes out towards the 20-metre line. Strong run from Wilson, almost breaks the first tackle. Webster. Billy Conway in at acting half-back. Feeds Henry Paul. Henry Paul runs across field. Nice ball. Forshaw just couldn't quite keep his feet long enough. Support was there. Henry Paul darts off from acting half-back. Gets the ball away. Nigel Bell, swift pass. Hanlon. Hobbs feeds Wilson. Wilson, nice little sidestep. Tries to get round Irvine and Cummins. Can't. Billy Conway darts off from acting half-back, comes back inside. Just can't quite split the defence. Billy Conway there. Leeds down to 12 men at the moment. Graham Allroyd lying injured, just out of camera shot. And Cummins comes across field, stops, tries to straighten up, but can't get round the tackle of Nigel Bell and the assistance of Lee Hanlon. Irvine runs across field and again straightens up, but the Wakefield defence holds solid. And it's Gary Rose, the substitute. That's welcome to Bellevue, driven back firmly and solidly by Nigel Bell and Mike Forshaw. And this is Harvey Howard, tucks the ball under the right arm, charges forward with some passion. Harvey Howard always runs strongly. So it's Schofield. Schofield will put the kick downfield between winger and fullback and using the breeze. The ball will roll into touch. Put it onto the back of the wind there. The wind did the rest. Pushed the ball between fullback and winger and it just trickled into touch. Just 10 metres from the Wakefield line. Wakefield heading ball. And Allroyd is going to leave the field, it looks, and Jason Donoghue will come on. And he'll go to scrum half, and I'm sure that Gary Schofield will go into the role of stand-off half. Graham Allroyd injured, so they can make that substitution any time that they want, and Donoghue does go into scrum half. So Leeds have made 2 substitutions already. Mason, long ball again from Henry Paul, dicing with death under his own posts. Spencer gets the ball to Henry Paul, sidestep. Can he get away? No. Billy Conway then in action half-back. Feeds Lee Hanlon. This is Mike Forshaw. Mike Forshaw, gets the ball away. Lee Hanlon's going to have to come back. Forshaw got the ball away in the tackle there. Hanlon was in support, but the ball just marginally went forward. John Connolly in line with play. Donoghue will put the ball in. Iro will get the ball. Iro steps, goes across field. Tackled though by Mike Forshaw, who was out of the pack fairly quickly. Henry Paul just adds his weight to the tackle as well as Richie Ayres comes onto the ball strongly, can't get away from Lee Hanlon. And tackled by the scrum half. Richie Ayres didn't like that. So it's Gary Rose. Linton Morris this time in at the tackle. Ball goes back, Schofield, little chip over the top. The ball just went slightly too far. Lovely neat chip over the top from Gary Schofield, but the wind just took it over the dead ball line and into safety for Wakefield there. Nigel Bell quickly from the tap tries to bring play out away from his own danger area. Billy Conway will feed Webster. Bit of an eye tackle there from Donoghue, but referee John Connolly just lets him get away with that, nothing malicious. Billy Conway drops off Henry Paul. Henry Paul gets the ball away in the tackle. Billy Conway feeds Flynn. Flynn running across field. Lovely ball, Lee Hanlon. Lee Hanlon feeds Wilson, comes back inside. Wilson gets the ball to Spencer. Spencer back to Flynn, sidestep from Flynn. Enterprising football this from Wakefield Trinity. Just 2 points adrift, 12 points to 10 the score. Henry Paul comes crossfield. Lovely little sidestep, feeds Forshaw. Forshaw to Wilson. Wilson comes back on the inside, but runs right into Ellery Hanley. And Hanley just tackles him man and ball. So Henry Paul will throw a long ball, Hanlon long ball to Flynn. Flynn having to do a lot of work, comes back inside, feeds Spencer, feeds Linton Morris. Linton Morris charges through, not quite tackled, but he is this time through Harvey Howard. We're on the 5th and last tackle. Henry Paul feeds Hobbs, will it go up in the air? The answer's yes. So Francis Cummins going to have to take it under pressure, drops it, Tate gets it. Tate was stood behind him, quite fortunately for Cummins. Tate was in the right position and picks up the pieces as Leeds were under immense pressure, and Ellery Hanley, the captain, just settles things down and takes in the drive. So Wakefield certainly got the bit between the teeth right now, taking play up to Leeds, and the old playmaker and the old soldier is Ellery Hanley, and the ball's going to have to go to the left hand side of Hanley, as the referee says. Hanley will have to receive treatment, but that was just buying a bit of time and a respite for his Leeds players. Nothing wrong, I feel, with Ellery Hanley there, although you don't actually know, but I sense that Ellery Hanley was just getting a little bit of respite for his players, but it's backfired on him, and just look how quickly Hanley's up. That just goes to show that Hanley was faking. Penalty should be awarded for that. Oscars are given at the ceremonies every year for the best actor. Ellery Hanley should have got one then. Hobbs will take the ball back up the short side for Wakefield. Tries to get the ball away. Wrong thing to do, David Hobbs there. Pressure was on from Wakefield and Hobbs throws the play away. Hanley this time bundled to the ground. Gets up quickly. Son recovered, hasn't he, Ellery Hanley? Gary Rose takes the charge. Lowe's in at acting half-back, feeds Mercer. Mercer comes strongly but met equally as strongly in the tackle from Linton Morris. Ball comes back, Schofield feeds Harvey Howard. Howard still moving. Strong front row forward, Harvey Howard. Pushes Billy Conway out of the way. Schofield, neat little sidestep. Billy Conway tries to charge the kick down. Spencer waits. Superb take. Comes back up the middle of the field. Spencer. Spencer's got Mason on his outside. Oh no! Gets the ball back though. And the referee, Mr. John Connolly, is given that Gary Spencer knocks on. Gary Spencer tried to suck in Alan Tate there. A superb centre field run from Spencer. Looked to try and find the speed merchant Andy Mason on his outside. Passed a little bit too soon, I believe. And Leeds come away with the ball. Andy Mason just couldn't quite hold on to it, but a superb break from Gary Spencer. Wakefield can take heart from this last 10 minutes play. Donahue tries to get away from Linton Morris and can't. Half time is almost upon us. Mercer. Wakefield just 2 points behind, 12 points to 10 the score. 2 tries from Leeds underneath the stick. Solroyd just tags on the extra 2 on both occasions. Kevin Iro splits the Leeds defence. He's got Hanley on his outside. He's got Hanley. Can Hanley make the line? Billy Conway. Oh, superb tackle from Conway. And Sodji comes in. So Hanley can't make it to the line, but the ball goes Schofield. Goes to Tate. Tate comes back on the inside. Schofield. It's now with Lowe's. Danger still on for Wakefield. Schofield in acting half-back. Hanley feeds Fallon. Fallon's strong and Fallon scores. Fallon just comes round off Ellery Hanley there. Big lad Jim Fallon. Very difficult to stop, very, very close to the line. Comes with pace. He's got big, strong, big legs as the lad. But a superb break. Through injury, but another relatively easy conversion. Leeds scoring tries very close to the post. Gives the man who's converting the tries a better chance of tagging on the extra 2 points. It's there. 18 points to 10 now the score. Leeds really against the run of play in the last 10 minutes. Wakefield really took the game to Leeds, but as we say, that superb break from Kevin Iro turns defence into attack, and Leeds don't need any second chances in the 20-metre area. And a nice little try from Fallon. The ball goes back, does it? No. John Connolly showing everybody that he looked over to his touch judge. And he's given the knock on. I felt personally that the ball went backwards. Lee Hanlon puts the ball in at the wrong side of the scrum. Ellery Hanley again buying a little bit of time for his side. Well, Hanlon shoots off from the side of the scrum. Forshaw was hoping to feed him, but Donahue really came up strongly as he did on Billy Conway. Henry Paul goes round, tries to go round, drops Sodji off. Can Sodji get to the line? Exceptional strength, Bright Sodji. So Wakefield pressing. Andy Mason in acting half-back. Henry Paul going towards the line. We're almost on half-time. Billy Conway, swift ball to Lee Hanlon, gets the ball Forshaw. Mason, this is Spencer. A try before half-time would be nice for the men from Bellevue. Wilson, little chip through from Wilson, and Tate Safety first, Alan Tate puts the ball over the dead ball line. Leeds will restart from under the posts. I don't know how long we're playing in this first half. Seem to have been playing quite a long time. Hanlon looks to Spencer to drive it in. Spencer will settle things down in the middle of the field. Henry Paul feeds. Hanlon again. Hanlon steps. Hanlon gets underneath the tackle. Oh, just can't quite get the ball to his support, Lee Hanlon. Billy Conway drops off. Forshaw. Oh, Wakefield Trinity certainly making inroads into this Leeds defence. Billy Conway darts off. Can't get the ball away. So referee Mr. John Connolly hasn't heard the hooter, but he has now. All the players have made Mr. Connolly aware that the half-time hooter has gone. Leeds at the moment 18 points to 10 in the lead, but what a game here at Bellevue. We've seen some absolutely superb tries. We've seen some great passages of play, both from Leeds and from Wakefield. Well, Leeds obviously scoring 3 tries very, very close to the post, and they've got converted all 3 tries, making 18 points. Wakefield 2 tries, but only 1 conversion by Henry Paul. The other try from Bright Sodge was out wide, couldn't quite convert it. 18 points to 10 at half time. What a game we're in for in the second half, and we'll see you for that very shortly.